Hi everyone. Hope you're all doing good. Okay, so here we are with the fourth round draw of the 32nd edition of the Tapology Lucky Bastard Game. We're getting towards the business end of things now because in the last round there were nine of you, but now there are only three left in the game. We'll just switch back to my Excel sheet to see who those three are, remind ourselves who those three are. They are Foghorn Sam, Jack Soto, and MMA Miyagi, who still his debut in this game, so he's got a serious chance of winning this game on his debut. Obviously, with you three, just run over some of the permutations for anyone who might be a bit unfamiliar with the game here. Um, the three main options that can happen when you get to this stage, I mean, obviously these can happen at any round, but it's more likely with less people in it, are that scenario A, two or more of you, or or two or all three of you, end up getting winning fighters, and therefore there'll be a fifth round. And we'll just keep on going until the game ends naturally. If only one of you has a winning fighter, then of course that person will be declared the winner and will start a new game next week. Or, worst case scenario, all three of you end up getting losing fighters, in which case the wheel will be crowned the winner. And we don't want that to happen. That's happened too many times in the past. We can't allow it to happen again. So hopefully there'll be a winner, whether it's this round or whether it's in a future round. We'll have to wait and see. But for this round anyway, we have UFC 321. And headlined by Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gahn. Tom Aspinall, of course, making his first proper defense of the were truly undisputed. I mean, realistically, we all knew he was the undisputed champion for the last couple of years, with John Jones ducking him massively. Um, that was the whole crazy saga, wasn't it? He actually defended his. He was the interim champion, of course. He defended his interim belt uh, against Curtis Blades in spectacular fashion. So yeah, this is I'm not sure if exactly how the UFC are counting it on the records, whether they're going to obviously, given that his interim belt was upgraded to the um the full title with Jones vacating it rather than fighting him. Uh is basically whether or not it's going to for John Jones retiring through vacation anyway, whether or not that interim defense will count as a full defense, be upgraded to a full title defense. I'm not 100% sure. I think it should, because as far as I'm concerned, what if it's got to the stage where the champion's not fought you and you've actually defended your belt, interim belt, not just won the interim belt, but actually defended it. Yeah, you deserve to be the full champ, but and that should count on your record as well for the title defense. But anyway, enough about that saga. Anyway, what's in store for him in about 12 hours time, or just over 12 hours time anyway, fighting Cyril Garn, or Cyril Garnet, or however you pronounce it. I don't know what the French do with that kind of thing. But so Garn himself obviously lost to John Jones by first round submission a few years back. He's redeemed himself a bit, but he did have a controversial split decision win versus Alexander Volkov, also featuring on this card. I personally thought Volkov won that fight. It was close, but I think Volkov won that. Um, so how do I think he's going to do against Tom Aspinall? Tom Aspinall is, well, he's just a knockout machine, isn't he? He's finishes most of his opponents in the first round. He's also not too bad on the ground. He's got submission wins on his record, but it's really he loves a bit of ground and pound, doesn't he? He once he get his opponent down, he just slams the shit out of him, smashes the shit out of him, really. So that's pretty much how I see this one going. To be honest, I think sooner or later Sirigan's going to try and take it to the grounds, and that could be a huge mistake against Tom Aspinall, I think. And if he does try and keep it standing, Tom will knock him down and finish the fight that way. So another first round knockout is my prediction for Tom Aspinall here. But anyway, you're not here to see or listen to my non-essential predictions. You're here to find out who you're getting drawn with in the Lucky Bastard game. Anyway, first up, or first of three is Foghorn Sam. Let's see who Foghorn Sam is going to be paired with. And he gets Mario Bautista. Mario Bautista there for Foghorn Sam. Uh, in the I suppose tertiary main event, I suppose you call it. Massive underdog. Trying to take a moment to think of something nice to say here, but he is a massive underdog against Umar Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov himself is minus 650 odds with the bookmaker. That's for people that do normal betting. That's like 1 to 6 near or 1 to 7 or something up near around that. Uh, Lost his last fight against Merab Dvalishvili, obviously in the title attempt. Uh, but that's the first and only loss of his career. Um, Nurmagomedov's usually very good at controlling the fights over 3 rounds. I don't expect this one to be much different. Um, Mario Batista, anyway, the one that Foghorn Sam's been drawn with. If he is going to win, um, to be honest, it's the only thing that really stands out is the fact that yes, he is in good form. He's actually on an 8 fight winning streak, um, which of course is why he's been put into this fight against one of the contenders of the division. So he's got the form behind him. He's got the momentum. Um, is very good on the ground. To be fair to him, that's probably his strength, where his strengths lie. But that isn't going to be enough against Umar Nurmagomedov, who is also very good on the ground. I would actually argue better on the ground. Um, so yeah, I've got Umar Nurmagomedov for a very wide unanimous decision win here. In terms of odds, Mario Batista is plus 475 last time I checked. So that's nearly 5 to 1, basically. Yeah, it's doesn't look good to be honest for Foghorn Sam. That's a very rough start. Um, anyway, let's see who the Will's going to pair for our next lucky bastard or wannabe lucky bastard, Jack Soto. And Jack Soto gets Geraldton Almeida. Geraldton Almeida for Jack Soto. Interestingly, Gelton Almeida is one of the Lucky Bastard Game Hall of Famers. Whenever a fighter wins a game in the final round for an actual user that isn't the wheel, they get inducted into the Lucky Bastard Game Hall of Fame, which Gelton Almeida is already a member. Um, he won the 14th edition for the Matchmaker, who at the time was going by the name of Captain Quebec. Um, and so yeah, and interestingly, none of the Hall of Famers have ever won 2 games for someone. So if hypothetically, Gelton Almeida wins and he is the only winner here, and that makes Jack Soto our winner, then he'll also have the unique distinction of being the only fighter to win multiple Lucky Bastard games for a user. So that'll be an interesting one. See if we can get well, I suppose a second induction or at least another name added to his record for that. But personally, I've gone with his opponent, Alexander Volkov. It is a very close fight, and I think with the bookies, Almeida is actually the favourite. Um, But to be honest, I don't agree with that. I think Volkov should be the favourites. He had that very controversial split decision loss last time against Cyril Gahn, as I mentioned in the introduction. And the fight I thought he won. And to be honest, I think that shows that even though Volkov is he's getting on a little bit in his age, it was actually his 37th birthday yesterday. So happy birthday, Alexander Volkov, or slightly late happy birthday to you. And but anyway, not that you'd be watching this. He's got better things to do, pretty important things coming up. It's only about 12 hours or so till the event. He should be getting some good sleep, shouldn't he? I mean, at least being a heavyweight, he doesn't have to worry about the weight cutting so much, or at least recovering from the weight cutting, all that. But anyway, I don't know about fighters' routines before fights. Don't know what he's up to. Don't really care, to be honest. None of my business. Frankly, I don't want to know. Probably be happier not knowing. But anyway, um, despite being old by MMA standards, I think he's still shown in that last fight that he is capable of hanging with the guys at the top end of the heavyweight division. And of course, that does include Almeida, and that's why it's a close fight, in my opinion. But I don't know. I just think that with Volkov's massive amount of experience, and again, Almeida, he's very experienced himself. Almeida's 22-3 in his MMA career. Now that would normally make him the veteran of a fight, but in this case, he goes up against Alexander Volkov that's 38-11. But most fighters don't even have 38 fights in their bloody career, and he's gone and has 38 wins in his career. Okay, yes, more losses, and you can argue that obviously he's taken some damage over the years, a bit more wear and tear. And I suppose if Almeida does win, that would probably be the main factor why. But yeah, just given that last performance against Garn, I don't think that he's really showing any signs of, or not many signs of wear and tear due to the longevity of his career, or at least not just yet. Anyway, so yeah, I still fancy Volkov to win this, but Almeida, as I say, is the bookie's favourite. So Jack Soto is obviously going to be hoping that the bookies know something that I don't. Uh, but anyway, a better chance than Mario Batista anyway. And finally, our debutant, MMA Miyagi, also got a very serious chance of winning on his debut. So let's see who MMA Miyagi gets paired with. And he gets Walter Walker. Walter Walker there for MMA Miyagi. And again, one I am very confident on. First round submission is my prediction for this one, up against Louis Sutherland. Walter Walker, 3-1 in the UFC, three wins, all three of them by submission. Uh, he showed that seems to be his preferred method of victory, at least from what he's shown in the UFC. But he's very well rounded overall. He's shown he can go the distance as well in the past on the regional scene. His only loss of his career so far is against Lucas Brzeski. Um, So yeah, that was I think that was last year, wasn't it? That fight? I can't remember exactly. But anyway, his opponent, Louis Sutherland, making his UFC debut. Um Probably the most notable part of his career is his little brief stint in the PFL where he went 1-1. Also had a fight which he lost in Bellator. 10-3 in his MMA career. So in terms of overall experience, it's similar to Walter Walker, just with a slightly less impressive looking record on paper. Um, Interestingly, as he's never actually won or lost a fight by submission. Mainly because he's a knockout machine, usually a first round knockout machine. Uh, I suppose similar to Aspinall in a way, really. But um, but yeah, Walter Walker, I reckon he's going to change that little stat. I think he's going to submit him in the first round, and Louis Sutherland uh would have lost the fight by sub come 12 hours or so. The only thing I think Walker really needs to worry about is potentially getting caught early, but she shouldn't, to be honest. He'll try and take it to the ground as soon as he can anyway. It's just he just needs to watch out not to get caught coming in. That's the only thing. But uh but Lewis Sutherland still needs to prove himself at UFC level. So whereas Walker's already handled a few uh decent opponents so far, so I think Walter Walker should have no trouble here. Uh so yeah, easy win there, I reckon. So MMA Miyagi should be in my opinion, the favourite to win this thing. At the moment. Or definitely got the most promising fighter of the bunch there. Okay, so that concludes the fourth round draw for this Lucky Bastard game. Just to go over the names one more time: Foghorn Sam with Mario Bautista, Jack Soto with Gelton Almeida, and MMA Miyagi with Walter Walker. Uh, so as I was saying earlier, obviously two or more go through, we go on to the next round. If there's only one winner, then they're the champion. And if none of you win, the wheel wins. But my prediction, I think that only Walter Walker and therefore MMA Miyagi will win. Um, Gelton Almeida, of course, isn't without a chance. So he could get the win against Volkov. That's not beyond the realms of possibility at all because it is a close fight. I'm just going with Volkov personally. Um, Mario Batista, I just don't think has a chance, if I'm being completely honest. So I think we'll be saying goodbye to Foghorn Sam. It's just a question of whether or not, in my opinion, and I'm also certain that Walter Walker's going to win. I'm certain that Mario Batista's going to lose, and I'm certain that Walter Walker's going to win. This comes down to Gelton Almeida, our Hall of Famer, in my opinion. It's a case of whether he wins or not. If supposing my other two predictions are correct, if Almeida wins, then obviously it would go to a fifth round, and just Jack Soto and MMA Miyagi. And well, of course, if my all of my predictions that I've stated in the video turn out to be correct, then that would make MMA Miyagi, our debutant, the winner of the 32nd edition of the Tapology Lucky Bastard game. So, we'll just have to see how this plays out, won't we? It's one that I'm certain of, one that I'm certain is going to lose, and one that I don't think they're going to win, but it's close. So it's a nice mix there. Um, Interesting mix. Sort of like a traffic light system, isn't it? It's kind of Mario Batista being the red light, no chance. Jack Soto with Gelton Almeida being like, yeah, maybe, amber. And then MMA Miyagi, yep, green light, you can go. Walter Walker straight through to the next round. But anyway, this is MMA. Anything can happen in MMA. So we'll just have to see how it plays out in just under 12 hours' time. It's a bit of an odd time, obviously held over in the UAE. So they got a interesting time zone over there. This works out for us because it means UK time. It starts a bit earlier. It actually starts. I think the early prelims start at about 3 o'clock for us, so that's nice and convenient. Um, so anyway, all that leaves me to say is good luck to all three of you. Uh, Best of luck to anyone if you got any bets on this card. Obviously, just be lucky in general with your Tapology picks as well. And we'll just see how this plays out, see how the cards fall. But until next time, whether that's with a new game or a continuation of this one, so long for now.